Does it say recording now?
Yeah, it says recording.
Okay, perfect. I guess you can. Okay, guys, so thanks for taking time out, especially because it is Valentine's Day, and jumping on. And those of you that are watching this on the recording, we hope this is really valuable for you. First of all, I want to give you a huge shout out. Those of you that are brand new and just getting started on your coaching journey, doing amazing things. Specifically, I wanted to give a quick shout out to one of my coaches. She went on her page today, and I know we tell you to be vulnerable and to not try to portray being perfect. And so tonight she went live. I don't think she actually went live. I think she just posted a video. But she talked about some of the struggles she was having with not wanting to press play today, and how she's human and it doesn't exactly come easy to her. But she did it anyway. And maybe it wasn't perfect, but either way, she did it. It was better than just like skipping it all together. And I think that those kind of posts and those kind of videos speak to so many people because, like we told you, nobody relates to perfect because, let's face it, nobody is perfect. So if you're trying to portray that, it's not going to be very appealing, and no one's going to be able to, they're going to think they can't measure up to you. So shout out to Nicole. I know she'll watch this recording. And great job for just kind of putting yourself out there. Tonight we wanted to talk to you about a few things. I know that you're inviting because we talked to you about that yesterday and that big scary word inviting. Although hopefully you found that it's not so scary after all. And one of the things I said in my video yesterday was that you have to embrace it or you will not be successful in this business. So some people come into this business and the selling of challenge packs and recruiting challengers comes really quickly, immediately. Other people, it does not, and it's hit or miss. You know, we can't really predict that for you. But ultimately, at some point, you're all going to have to invite to get your goal of helping 3 to 5 people a month, period. End of discussion. There's never going to be a month where you just get 3 to 5 people that, you know, come to you forever for as long as you are a coach. It just is not going to happen. So you're going to have to invite, and the sooner you get comfortable with it, the better off you're going to be. So we talked to you yesterday about how we look at it as just starting conversations. We don't look at it as inviting you to inviting others to our challenge groups. We just look at it as starting conversations and forming relationships with people and really getting to know them. And then they are able to easily trust us on their journey and trust us to help them get results. So that's really all it is. That's all we do, is just a relationship business. So, you know, when we asked you to take that color code test, you can actually do that with your challengers too, because to be honest, it's really great if you know the colors and how to relate to them, because everybody is motivated differently, everybody is driven differently, and the science behind the colors really is a way to, it helps you understand why people work the way that they do. For example, a red personality is very self-motivated. They don't need a ton of pushing. They don't need a ton of direction. They're pretty much somebody that you can just give me the plan and I'll do it. That's a red personality typically. So if you have a red challenger, then again, you're just going to outline the program. Here's what you need to do. You need to drink your shake every day. You need to show up, blah, blah, blah. They're going to do it, and they're going to get good results typically. So obviously, results may vary, but these are typical. Whereas if you have maybe a blue challenger, they're going to need some encouragement. They're going to have a lot of self-doubt possibly. They might be curious as to whether or not they can be successful. They know that they've seen other people do these programs and get results, but they're in the back of their mind wondering if it's really possible for them. So if you have a blue challenger, you're going to constantly want to be sending them a little message of encouragement and encouraging them, letting them know that you believe in them, and really kind of being their cheerleader. They also are very sensitive, so you want to be careful how you communicate with them. A red personality you can be more forward and blunt with, and so these are all things you'll learn. And there's actually some books that you can read about how to interact with the personalities that we can recommend if you're interested. A lot of these things you'll just learn by being around us and hearing us talk about it. So I'm not going to ask you to read that book, but I just wanted you to know that it's really useful to learn about the personalities. And when you're even messaging people on Facebook, you can really figure out someone's personality just by interacting with them. So use that to your advantage to help when communicating with them. So we're in a relationship business, and at the end of the day, that is all you're doing is you're finding a need and filling it. That's what you're doing. You're offering value, finding a need, and filling it. So part of the call tonight was going to be on follow-ups. I want you to know, first and foremost, that just because you end up inviting someone to your challenge, you know, maybe 1 in 10 are actually going to sign up the first time you ask them. That is totally normal. That is it is what it is. So if you're getting a lot of no, not right now, I don't have the money, don't take it personally. They're not telling you no. There could be a ton of things that are really behind that no. They're giving you excuses. A lot of times it could be because they don't believe in themselves. It could really be because they don't have the money, but maybe they're going to have the money when they get their tax return in a few weeks. It could be that they don't know if you're really going to stick around yet. So they're waiting to see how serious you really are. So what I'm getting at is, do not get discouraged. Just stay the course and follow up. So we gave you some scripts to use on how to follow up. If somebody doesn't answer your message right away, wait 24 to 48 hours and then go into those scripts and look to see, you know, here's a sample message of what you could send them, and shoot them a message. If they don't respond again, let it go, but put them on your later list to follow up next month. And that is the second part of our call tonight that has to do with tracking. So I don't know if you know a lot about network marketing, but they always say that the fortune is in the follow-up. So all of these no's that you're going to get, and again, don't get discouraged because you're going to get a lot of no's. We always say go for no. The more no's you get, that means the more you're inviting, and that's actually a great thing because you have more people than watching you. But the fortune's in the follow-up because it takes somebody, 5 to 12 times on average of being invited or an idea being presented to them before they actually act on it. And that's in anything. That's not just in Beachbody, but in anything. So when they tell you no, they're, again, not telling you personally no. Again, they have their reasons, but you have to put them on a later list. And where exactly do you put them? So tonight we want to talk to you about tracking. Mary Carolyn created a really awesome document called a daily activity tracker. It is a one-page. I love it because it's one page. First of all, I need to give a disclaimer. Anything we're going to share with you tonight is examples. This is not how we're saying you have to do it. You do what works for you. We've been around a ton of coaches. There are coaches that do things digitally. There are pen and paper people. There are people that sign up for programs that they pay for monthly to track their business. But we're going to give you lots of options, and we want you to do what you think will work for you. And you might try something a month or two and then be like, okay, this isn't working. Talk to your coach and then decide there might be a better option for you. What you can't do is not track at all. And I will tell you, I've done that, and it is not good. I went the old method of I'll just go back through my Facebook Messenger next month and see who I had conversations with last month. And then that's how I'll try to follow up. Well, first of all, if you knew how many conversations I had last month, I'm wasting a ton of time scrolling back through Messenger, trying to figure out who I had conversations with. And then I have to reread the whole conversation to see where we left off and what we were talking about. Whereas if I had used a tracking system, made a few notes, it's easy for me to follow up next month and know where we left off and what their excuse or their reason was and why I'm following back up next month. So the only option is no tracking. The other, the options here are endless as far as what you choose. But back to that one-page document that I was telling you about. Basically, what we want you to do if you choose this method is to print one off a month. And I'm going to post it in the group later, or Mary Carolyn can post it. But it has, I can actually pull it up, I think. Maybe not. Mary Carolyn, are you on your computer?
Yeah, I can post it in the group now if you want.
Well, I was going to have you share it if you can.
Oh, yeah. Hold on one second. Let me pull it up.
So that they can look at it. I'm not on my computer, so I can't pull it up. That was dumb of me. This has our daily tasks that we do in a typical day. And we like to talk about this thing called a power hour. So if you have, if you commit an hour to your business a day, this is like your checklist of things you want done. And it has one day or one line, one column for each day of the week.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah. Can you zoom at all or no?
Yeah.
Maybe mine's just small because I'm on the computer or the phone.
What does that look like, guys? Who's on a computer? Or does that look okay?
I can see it now too. I might be crooked, but I turned my screen.
I also want to make the disclaimer that these numbers, like, I have 10 challenge group invites. If you're just getting started and that number 10 really overwhelms you, remember that, I've been coaching for a year, and 3 invites, 5 invites a day is a really good goal too. So these numbers can be tweaked, but there it is.
So do you guys see how there's a column for each day of the month? That's why we were saying you just have to print out one of these a month. And this is a daily activity tracker. This is not a tracker of how to follow up with people, but we still wanted to share this with you because I don't know if you're a checklist person, but I personally am a checklist person and like a to-do list person. And I get like great satisfaction checking things off. So when Mary Carolyn presented me with this, I really enjoy going down each day and making sure I've done my invites, making sure I've done my posts for the day. And if you look down through this list, you'll see all of the things that you want to cover in a day if you're really trying to get serious about being successful in this business. So this is our daily tracker. And if you filled this out for an entire month and you hit all your goals, I absolutely guarantee you there's no way that you would not hit your goal as far as helping 3 to 5 people. And you would be setting yourself up for the next month because, like I said, the people you invite this month might say no. They'll be ready next month, or some of them will. So that's there's always like a 2-week turnaround, I find. The work that you do today kind of starts to pay off 2 weeks from now. So if you're just getting started and you're finding like you're spinning your wheels, trust me that if you started last Monday or this Monday at really, really doing what we're telling you to do, you'll see that in 2 weeks from then, the efforts that you're doing are going to start to pay off. People are going to start to inquire more about what you're doing, and they're going to start to see, wow, she's been posting her workouts every day for 2 weeks. And then all of a sudden you share a progress picture and they're like, whoa, she's getting really good results. Now I need more information. So the efforts compound and they start to pay off in about 2 weeks. So if you wait until the end of the month to start really working, you're not going to see the benefits of that work until the following month. So you definitely want to work all month long. So this is our tracker for daily activities. Now, how do we track what we do with inviting? Now, I'm going to let Mary Carolyn share her system. And like I told you, everybody has their own, but we're just going to give you examples. So go ahead, Mary Carolyn.
Okay. First of all, I've tried like a ton of different methods. I did the whole Facebook Messenger thing, like Alicia said, thinking that I could keep track of it. Even when I like was just starting and my invites were like, 3 a day, it still became overwhelming. And I sat down one day and just like really, really dug through my Facebook Messenger, and I realized how many people I missed out on because I'd gone like so long without following up with them. And some of those people, like, they signed up with someone else. Like, maybe if I would have followed, maybe they really did better to that coach, I don't know. But if I would have followed up with them, they probably would have been my challenger or my coach. But I have this little notebook. It's one of the 3-section notebooks, and I use each of the 3 sections. My first one is for my, I call them Hey Girls, because I don't just, cold invite people. So I call them my Hey Girl messages. It scared me a little less in the beginning. And whenever here, I'll show you this month's. Okay, so I put the person's name. I don't know if you guys can you like see this? Kind of. Okay, I like write as I go. So if it's, the first person that I'm inviting, I put a 1 beside it, and I'll number however many I'm doing that day, 1 through 5. And then as I send people messages, I write their names down. Part of our power hour is also liking and commenting on people's stuff. So first I'll send my Hey Girl messages, send my Hey There's, and I'll write those folks' names down. And then what I do next is go through and like and comment on other people's stuff on their wall. And then I'll write their names down. And those are the people that I'll message tomorrow. So I'll give you an example. Today I messaged a girl named Becca, Brittany, Amanda, another Brittany, and a Yami. So I put their names down, and then I wrote the date beside it. I wrote today's date, Valentine's Day. And then after that, I, found 5 new people here that I went and I liked a couple of stuff on their Facebook page, and I commented on a couple of stuff. And then I wrote their names down and not the date. So then tomorrow, that sets me up for the people that I'm going to message. I'm really busy. I know we all are really busy, so I kind of I like to have a plan, and I like to just go for it. So that's what I write down on here. And my first section of my notebook is all the people's names that I am reaching out to. And then, every couple of days, I'll go back through the list, and I'll say, okay, I need to follow up with this person. Because, a whole page of notebook, I have all this room here on the side to write notes. Like if this girl says that, she wants to do it, but she can't afford it until next Friday, I'll write that on a little note beside her name, and then next Friday I know to follow up with her. The next section is for new contacts. We need to be adding new contacts because our warm market, like our friends and our family, they will run out soon. So we need to be tracking who we are adding as friends so that we can remember who we added to remember who to reach out to. So I just have their name and then the date that I added them, and then I put a little check mark on whether or not they accepted. And then obviously if they accept, then they get moved to that front section because I'm going to message them. And then my next section in the notebook is for my challenge groups. I just kind of like to keep close tabs on my challengers. I personally run like 2 a month now, so it kind of gets confusing who's in what group. If you want to, keep track of some of their goals, or I know some people keep like really close track of their challengers' weight. I have some challengers that I do that with, of their measurements and stuff. You can keep all of that information there. So I have, just a recap, my 3-section notebook, and the first section are my Hey There messages. And I don't do anything crazy fancy. I don't have an Excel spreadsheet. I tried that and it was just too much. I just like my little notebook and I write their names down and I put the date. And then if they sign up, then I highlight them. It's just simple and easy for me. The other day I was like sitting on my couch and I didn't feel like working from my computer. It was just too big. So I brought my notebook and I'm literally working from my phone. Like you could carry your notebook to, I don't know, if you're getting your oil changed in your car, carry it to wherever you get your oil changed. If you're in the car with your family on a trip, you can take it in the car and send a couple of messages and still keep track. But I really, really promise you that in months when I do a good job tracking, I have a lot better success than months that I don't. The past few months, my Success Club points, have been a little spotty. I've been a little bit busy, and I didn't track the way that I normally do, and it showed. Like I can really tell a difference. So I think it's my suggestion to start tracking early, because you'll figure out a system that works for you. But I think talk to your coach and try a couple of different things. We can talk to you guys about a couple of different things, and it's just all about preference. Is there anything else you wanted me to go over, Alicia?
No, that was perfect. Does anyone have any questions about that for Mary Carolyn? Okay, perfect.
Would it be helpful for me to kind of like type something up and kind of like, I don't know, maybe even put like some pictures together or something to like show you? Like, I know it's kind of hard to see on my screen because it's my like chicken scratch, but would that be helpful so you can like actually see it?
Feel free to unmute yourselves if anybody has any questions.
Or nod your head.
Or nod your head.
You guys are too shy. Liven up. Well, I'll just do that, Alicia. Because maybe it might be helpful for folks who aren't on the call too. I'll just take
Okay, so I'm seeing squirrels, but MC, your lipstick looks great tonight.
Ooh, thank you.
You have like purple and pink or something, or is it just my lighting?
No, I do. It's two different colors.
I love it.
It's the unique lip stain is what I have on the bottom. I'm like obsessed with it right now. Really like it.
See, I'm a little yellow. I see squirrels.
That's okay. You're allowed. Michelle's playing with Barbies over there. She's seeing squirrels too.
Kaylee, I was gonna ask, do you have any like tracking systems or methods or tips that you wanted to share before I share like the whiteboard?
No, I mean, I'm pretty much like MC. I'm such a notepad, notebook, whatever, and pen and paper type of person. So I am so technologically like, I suck basically, with technology. So pen and paper is my best thing. And like she said, I pretty much carry it wherever I go. And that way I have my names on. I date them every time I talk to them. If they're new contacts, I write down the date of when I added them. And then I write down a date of when I followed up with them, if they responded, if they didn't respond. A new thing that I've recently been doing is if I send a new like, hey girl, thanks for adding me message and I can see that they saw it, I'll wait like a day and just send another message and say like, hey girl, I know we're all super busy and I totally look at messages sometimes and I forget to respond and I'll mentally respond in my head. And then I end up realizing that I never responded. Just wanted to send another message and say, hey. And then I've actually been getting more of a response that way. if that helps anybody.
I like that.
Did that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the scripts that Alicia posted, I know that we've all said it like 500 times, but you guys, they are golden. They really, really are. And you can tweak it. I know some of them are about like the coaching opportunity, but take those concepts and those ideas, and you guys are all smart, you know, tweak the words and make it about challengers, but they're really, really good. Really good.
That's all I had to say.
Perfect. So, one more thing I wanted to mention. There are some subscription services that a lot of coaches on the Dream Team use. And the Dream Team, again, is a team that we're a part of, Melanie Mitro's team. There's one called Teamzy, Teamzy. Actually, there's 3 that I know of. Teamzy, and then there's Asana, which is Asana. And then there is Google Streak. So that's a Google program. If you're interested in them, if you're very techie, you might love it. I will say it's way easier to use one of those systems if you use it from the get-go as a coach. If you try to implement one of those once you've already been coaching for a long time, it's a little bit more difficult. But it might be worth your while to check them out. Some of them have a subscription fee, some don't. But you can actually try. I know Teamzy has a 30-day free trial. So you could try it and see if you like the tracking system. And it actually is specifically made for Beachbody coaches. So it might even just be worth you Googling it and checking it out and seeing if it's something you think would work for you. But I do think that, like I said, for newer coaches, it's like a good thing if you use it right out of the gate. So something like I said, I'll be very honest, I've been horrible at in my business is keeping track. And like Mary Carolyn, I know for a fact I've lost customers, or I've seen customers sign up under other people. I've had customers sign up under my own coaches because I didn't follow up with them, which is, hey, whatever, you know, it's my own fault. But there are a lot of coaches that use Whiteboard, and they track using that. So it's something that I've really been wanting to use. So on the Whiteboard, I pretty much have a system that another coach on our team used, and I think it's going to be pretty successful. On this Whiteboard, I'm tracking all the current conversations that I'm having with potentials. I'm tracking any coach prospects that I have. I'm tracking my current coaches that I'm really, now I have a lot more coaches than this, but the coaches that are really pushing for a goal and what their goal is. And then I'm tracking my coaches success club, which we haven't really talked to you about that yet, but how many people this month that they've helped so far. So let me just show you what this looks like. So on the Whiteboard, it's something as simple as this. On the left-hand side, you know, these are people that I'm in conversation with that we're, you know, currently talking to in pink. Now, if you see like the green beside their name, that little circle signifies to me that I've sent them the link. Keep in mind, just because you send someone the link, it doesn't mean that they're gonna order, even if they say that they are. I don't know what happens to people from the time they tell you, yeah, send me the link, I'm ready, and then the time that you actually send it to them. But some people, I don't know if they get cold feet or unexpected expenses come up, but not everybody that says they're going to order will order. So that's just a little side note. Don't bank on somebody actually ordering until they have. So if you have a goal to help 3 to 5 people and you have sent out 3 links, don't stop inviting just because you've sent 3 links until you actually know that those 3 people have, you know, ordered their challenge packs. Because as you can see, this month I've sent 4 and I only have 1 person that actually followed through just today. So I'm struggling this month. This is a hard month for me. But The green signifies the links have been sent out. The other people I'm just in conversation with, and then the blue circle means that they've actually ordered. So that's just what works for me. You can use your own tracking system. Over here I have like prospects or people that I have been discussing coaching with. And then, like I said, my personally sponsored coaches and their goals, and how many of my coaches have helped the number of people that they want to help this month. So it's nothing fancy. I mean, it's really just a whiteboard, but if you're a visual person, something like this might work for you versus a ton of pages in a notebook. That's why we wanted to just show you different methods and different options. Maybe you need this plus a notebook to track your conversations and who you're talking to and where you left off. Because this method doesn't tell me where I am in the conversation with Susie and where I am in the conversation with Aaron and, etc. So I still need that on the side, but I really like just like a big picture type. Here I am for the month. So I hope that was helpful. Does anyone have any questions about anything at all that we covered tonight? Perfect. So if you could, try to implement something this week, some sort of tracking system, even if it's just grabbing a good old notebook. But we don't want you to miss out on prospective coaches and challengers because you failed to track. And we want to be good coaches and, give you the right advice up front. So that was our topic for tonight. If you don't have any questions, we're going to let you go. Go enjoy the rest of Valentine's Day with your families. And we will be back next Tuesday night with a new topic. And of course, if you have any questions, ask them in the group. Thank you for participating. Anyone else have anything to add?
Nope. Good job.
Okay, thanks for getting on. Have a good night, guys.
Bye, guys.